Have you ever wondered why you puke or why you throw up or what throw up is made out of? I'm going to talk to my daddy about that. Hi, I'm Maya the Science Kid. You probably heard my Bedtime Stories podcast. Sometimes when I'm driving to school and back, I have questions that I want to ask my daddy. You can listen to some of those questions in this podcast. If you like it, please let your friends know so they can listen too, and visit my website at mythesciencekid.com, where there are lots of science videos and book reviews too. Daddy?
Yes, my agent.
Why do we throw up? Or what is throw up made of?
Throw up. When you throw up, it's made out of food that you've eaten or the stuff that you eaten or you drank and is now currently in your stomach. And it's mixed in with some of your stomach fluid. Fluid means liquid. Anything that's liquid is fluid.
Yeah.
So in your stomach, there is liquid, some digestive liquids. Digestive is things that digest your food. So things that you eat go in your stomach, and then your stomach produces these liquids that are acid, and then that acid breaks down some of the stuff that you eat into, like, mashes it up, makes it into a more digestible form. That digestible form is actually more liquid. So it's like when you chew something, it gets a little smaller, and then it goes in your stomach. It's like it gets really mashed up, and with that liquid, gets mixed up with that liquid and gets really mashed up, and then it goes down from your stomach into your intestines, and then your intestines.
Daddy, you didn't say anything about throw up.
Well,
I'm
getting there.
I don't know.
I'm getting there. So when you eat something in your stomach, there's liquidy stuff. After a while that you eat. Okay? Now, if you eat something that your body doesn't like poison, okay? Then your body says, ooh, well, your mouth doesn't know maybe, and you swallow it. But it goes in your stomach, and your stomach says, this doesn't look right. It feels like poison to me. And then you throw up. Your stomach forces the stuff up from your throat again, and it comes out. Instead of your stomach holding on to it and then sending it down to your intestines for it to be more processed and more digested so your body can absorb some of that stuff, your stomach says, no, I don't want it, and then starts throwing it back out, forces it back out through your throat. But since it's not a normal, like it's not a usual process, it's normal. Normal means it's okay. But it's not a usual process. It happens every now and then. Happens.
When you're sick.
Yeah, it happens sporadically. Sporadically means
Random.
it's not random because it happened for a reason. Random is something that happens for no reason.
Well, random
but
like an order. Like one day you don't puke, another day
but
you
it happens.
do.
It happens sporadically. It doesn't happen. It happens because something happened. You ate something that your body doesn't like. Then you puke. Sometimes when you are sick, then your body can't absorb any more stuff you're eating. Like when you have the flu, then your body says, I can't process any food right now. If you eat way too much food, then your body says, I can't process all this food. You may eat something and swallow it because that's like something that you actually control. Okay, you can force your body to eat and swallow something. But it goes into your stomach, then you don't consciously control your stomach to what your stomach does. It's an involuntary process. A process that's not voluntary, it's involuntary. Voluntary means you control it. Your brain is you are when your brain is in charge of controlling the different things in your body, but your active mind, what you can think of like I'm moving my hand, that's a voluntary process. But the way your brain tells your stomach to process some food, that's an involuntary process. And then throwing up or puking is an involuntary process. It's something that happens in your body because your body needs it, and you don't control that. So if you are eating way too much food, you're forcing yourself to eat way too much food, then you're doing something that's actively you're doing it. It's a voluntary process. But then it goes into your stomach, the food, and your stomach says, way too much food. I can't handle this. And then there's an involuntary process that gets that food and then throws it back out through your mouth. And it feels weird. It feels doesn't feel good because your body is going through an involuntary process, overriding. You remember we talked about override? Yeah, it's an override process for your body to handle the things that it in a way that it's better for it. So the food, usually the food that comes out, it's whatever's in your stomach. Whatever, like it depends how long ago you ate from the time that you puke. If it was a long time ago, then the food is going to be more liquidy, more stomach processed. But if you eat a whole bunch of food and then right away your stomach says, I don't want it, I don't want it. Or you start doing like some weird things like a lot of somersaults or like whatever, like roll on the ground and your body is like, I can't process food right now and all this food is in me. It needs to go out and you start puking. Then that food is going to be pretty much similar to the food you just ate. Like if you had like pasta, you puke and it'll be pasta. But if it's a long time after you ate, then when you puke, it's going to be like a liquidy, whatever, half processed food. And if that smell, the puke smell, is that stomach stuff that is mixed in with the food that we don't typically taste or smell because it's in our body. But when it comes out, we're like, oh, this smells weird. And your body thinks it doesn't smell good because it's not supposed to be feeling that usually because it's an involuntary process. It's not supposed to really happen. It's something that happens to help your body fight things that should not have happened to it, like too much food in it or poison in it or things that your stomach wants to keep you safe from.
I think if I ever threw up, it would be because I was overeating.
Well, you've thrown up before. It's because you were sick.
You said only if you get the flu.
Well, yeah. One of the signs of the flu, one of the symptoms of the flu, symptoms is the signs of a sickness. We call them symptoms. That's a medical word. Is puking is one of the symptoms of flu, or having a fever, or shivering when you're sleeping and feeling really cold. Those are the symptoms of the flu. Anyway, puking is a good thing for your body. It's very good for your body to be able to puke because it's keeping you safe. It's helping you be safe in a way that your brain, your voluntary functions in your brain couldn't do. So it's an involuntary process that happens in your body to keep you safe. And it's a very good thing. Now funny thing is, you can actually make yourself puke by like putting a finger down your throat. And then that causes that involuntary process to happen. So you eat something and then you stick a finger down your throat. If you thought, like sometimes, like if you eat something that is poison, but you don't know, like you didn't know, and then somebody says that was poison, you should not have eaten that. You can make yourself puke by putting your finger down your throat, and you push your finger down your throat, and that makes you want to puke. Yeah. If you're but like sometimes your stomach knows, your body knows that it needs to puke, sometimes it doesn't know. So if your stomach didn't know, you knew that you needed to puke, then you can do that. Yeah. But it's a good thing for your body. It feels weird.
You can also puke by overeating,
hmm
like on purpose,
yeah.
or trying to get yourself sick.
hmm Yeah, but if you pukey, if you feel like puking, you shouldn't fight it. You should let your body go through the process and puke. And then you feel better because the thing that your body didn't want to have in it now is out. So now your body feels better. So it feels very bad at the time, and your eyes water, you're like you have a hard time, and it smells funny and all that. But then
No, it
afterwards,
didn't smell funny whenever I puked.
hmm, well, when that happens to me, and then but afterwards you feel a lot better. Like a couple minutes after you puke, you feel a lot better because then your body is like, oh, I'm glad I don't have to deal with what I had in me before. So that was a very good question. Thank you for asking.
Thank you, Daddy.
Okay, school time.